Well, it is time now for another Country Girl Report. Today we are talking about foraged fall wreaths. And Catherine Nygren with Found in Flora is joining us now with more.
The fall season is here and Catherine has been busy. I noticed that you did a beautiful wreath in Ashland, I believe, at the bakery there, right?
Yeah. It's kind of a fun time to just use all the things out of our yards and just kind of make a big wild wreath. And so yeah, we did one for the bakery in Ashland.
Yeah, and it's really stunning. So I'm like, can I do one like that?
Yeah.
So you brought some along today. We do have that photo. Katie, our producer, tells us that we have that photo from. I say Fariner is probably pronounced wrong. How are we supposed
I say
to
Farinay, but
Farinay.
I'm also not French, so.
So this is the bakery in Ashland, and look how beautiful that is on the door.
Yeah, and that's just something so simple. It's just a few stems out of the yard with some eucalyptus that I grabbed at the shop, and some things that were actually kind of like almost dying, like some flowers that were almost like too past their prime to be used as fresh flowers. And so it just made a really fun wreath.
Nice, okay. And so we're going to try to recreate that here today. Before we begin though, you brought some examples of other possible wreaths, right?
Yeah, these are just things, this is some grass. We were cleaning up some planters in Wahoo, and this is just some grass from some annual grass. And it was just so pretty that I told my coworkers, I'm like, let's leave it in a box and make a wreath out of it. And so I thought that'd be kind of a really fun wreath, especially think about it like on a gold gilded mirror or something kind of like a little bit more high end, taking a really simple grass wreath. And I put a velvet bow on it, thinking kind of like that low high kind of feel to it. So yeah, something so simple.
And do you have something over here too, Kathy?
Yeah, and that was just another wreath. That one's got some hydrangea. Again, it's all out of my yard, just different grasses, hydrangea. It's got some zebra grass. It's a pampas type of grass. And so it just kind of gets all curled and gnarled. And the good thing about fall is crusty and kind of wild is okay this time of year.
Love that. Okay, so how are we going to begin here?
Yeah, so all these wreaths are just a really simple grapevine base, and the grapevine's kind of all tangled, and so we just use that as our mechanics to hold our stems.
Okay.
So I just took stems, like this is boxwood out of my yard, and I just took a stem and then I just work it into the grapevine like that. And just keep breaking off pieces and going in one direction, and just using your fingers and just kind of, it doesn't even really take tools, just using your fingers and kind of sticking it in the grapevine. Okay. Like that. And then if you have things like grasses, this is some grass I picked out of my yard this morning, so it's still fresh. You don't have to wait for it to dry to use it. And this grass, since it's a little bit more tender, I just fold it in half so I've got a little bit stronger base to stick in my grapevine.
Okay, and again, keep working in that same direction.
Yeah, I just kind of move my wreath and just kind of keep stacking it the same way, so all the ends of the plant material are kind of facing the same way to kind of give it that kind of world look when we get done. Okay,
and then some more grasses you're going to add?
Yeah, there's different types of grasses. This is like a switch grass. This one, you know, if it's kind of too long, you can break it in half, you know, and have a couple different pieces. And if it's got wild leaves like this on there, that's okay too. It just kind of gives it that really wild, tangly, natural feel at the end.
Right, okay, and so just keep inserting until you go all the way around. And then you could put a big bow on it?
Yeah, you can put a bow on it. You don't have to put a bow on it. And think about different things. Like I said, like the velvet, something really different. Like you don't have to put just a fall plaid on a fall wreath. You could do, might have been out of the Christmas box, you know, for all I know. Put a little velvet, and you know, your imagination is key
Super
here.
fun. Okay, and then you have a small one here to show.
Yeah, and if you don't want to do the whole thing like that, this one is just some real simple. It probably took me like 2 minutes to do, and it's just some grasses kind of coming up one way and grasses coming up the other way. So you don't have to do the full wreath if you don't want to. You can just do a little fall accent on the bottom. And again, kind of a satin bow with the dried, so it's kind of like that high-low, you know, shiny satin, dried, you know, weeds out of the ditch. And
I love that. Okay, well, I have a lot of these elements in my yard, so maybe I can continue to work on this with Olivia, and we can show you the finished product.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Okay, and if you want to find Catherine's store, you're open most days.
Yeah, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, downtown Wahoo.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for coming in, Catherine.
Yeah, thanks.
Back to you.